Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Phasmophobia video. I am your boy, Rion the Sad Panda, and this fantastic little game, VR or PC as I'm playing right now, has come out a little while ago, still in early access, but I've been playing it with one of my mates, Phasmophobia, who plays Escape from Tarkov with me as well, and we have been having an absolute blast. Like I always say, gentlemen, laat ons gooi manne, laat ons gooi. Let's get into this. Today, without any worries, you do not have to fear that I'm gonna spoil the main chunk of the game for you. In essence, this is 10 basic tips on how and what you need to do in the very beginning. You just load it in, you don't have money to buy any items. What do you need and what do you need to do? Phasmophobia and I played it without even going into the training. It was a horrible mess. Let's get straight into it without any further ado. Laat ons gooi manne, laat ons gooi. Sit back, relax and enjoy this tips video. Peace. So for the very first tip, like I said, we actually skipped the training. I would advise you to do the training even if you do a very quick run, just to get familiar with all of the buttons that you can utilize. Do not go onto Google and find the top 10 catchphrases that you can use to lure the ghost out. This is what makes the game fun. It's to try and figure it out in this eerie setting that you need to explore and see what you can find. Tip number one, go and do the training a quick run by, even if you have mates that know what they are doing. The fun in the game is to try and figure it out for yourself. As you see when you load into the van, very simple, very easy to do. You go to the whiteboard first. This is the training objectives that you're going to run by, and it tells you what you need to find in terms of objective 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you can utilize that to sort of plan in and around what you think you need to take in on your first run into the home. For the second tip, before you even enter the home, in a very simple one level home, it's really easy to find the power because there's limited rooms, limited places you can move. If you are 2 or more people, you will easily find the power. Ghosts like to work in the dark, so as you initially enter the home, you want to make sure you know how to put the power back on when the ghosts switch it off. How do you do that? You're going to come over to the board, you can look at your sanity level. This is a floor layout. You can see I'm trying to click on it and nothing's happening. Right there, you click on that, you can actually move between the different levels. You can see I clicked one level down. That green little box is where the power is. So when the power is switched off, you just walk over to the box and you put it back on, so you can put the light on to hopefully have another 30-40 seconds of light. So for tip number 3, very simple, easy thing to remember. As you can see, these are all your items right here on the shelf. This bad boy right there is the one that you want to use to make a ton of money in the beginning. Really simple. I'm going to take a picture. Boom. As you can see, that's the picture. If you go to J in your journal and you go back 1, 2, you'll see this is the picture that I have taken. What you want to try and do with this camera is take pictures of any paranormal activity. If you can get a picture of the ghost, that's worth even so much more. If you find dirty water, if you find fingerprints, if you find stuff that's knocked over, if you find the Ouija board moving, anything that relates to the ghost, take a picture of it, and you can even bring the camera back to the van. You will make a ton of money in the beginning. In the very beginning, money is hard to come by. So this bad boy right here is what you want to use. Be sure that you understand that you have 5 photos. You can always buy more, but 1 has always been enough for myself and Phasmophobia to get a ton of money, no matter whether you die or not. So for your fourth tip, the EMF reader is going to be one of your most valuable items early game and in any hunt, because you want to try and determine where a ghost is moving. It can and normally is in the beginning, especially in a specific room, be it the kitchen, be it the bathroom, be it in the garage. You will always find a place where the ghost is gonna be. So the EMF reader, as you come in, will allow you to find that. Obviously, like I said, you want to try and put lights on where you can. You're going to use the EMF reader to see where you can get a spike. You're going to be walking through the house, and as soon as you hit that spike, you're going to call out to your mates where you have gotten the spike, and from there you can set up what you need to set up. The EMF reader is critical in any work that you do within this game. For tip number 5, this is a one that I could not find. You have local chat and you have global chat. You will probably hear the doors opening in and around on my right. That's probably the ghost that's in the garage. You want to use a local chat to communicate with the ghost. For tip number 6, how to actually place items down. They don't really explain this. So this DSLR camera right here, you can obviously press G and you throw it down, and that works as well. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you put it on with a right click. You can see the green item. You can rotate it. This works for books. This works for any item that you can place down, and you press F. Bam. Now this camera is on. It's going to be capturing this whole area. Really good, very good tip to know in the beginning. Don't just chuck the item down, because it might glitch through a bed, it might glitch into a cupboard, and you cannot find it. Once you've put down the DSLR camera, right, you can come back to the screen. That's, you click on the keyboard for night vision or not. Right here you can also switch in between all the cameras, so you have multiple, as you can see in the top right corner, cameras that you can utilize. So you can place down 3, 4, 5. They don't explain you how to do this, but that's night vision or not. Very easy to do. So for tip number 7, if you see lights flickering, or if your torch starts doing this, flickering on and off, it means that the ghost has gone into a hunting phase, and you better start hiding, because this door is going to be closed and you will not be able to open it. You need to find a place to hide for about a minute or so, and the flickering will stop. But if it finds you, it will kill you. Now there's various ways you can do this. You can open a cupboard, go inside and hide. Do not use local chat, do not use global chat, do not have your torch on, do not move. If you do any of these, the ghost is gonna find you and it will kill you. Very simple, very easy. If you are not lucky enough in one of the big houses to find a cupboard that you can hide in, I would suggest that you just simply go into a corner like this, and you look down and you just sit quiet. Do not move, do not do anything. The ghost will most likely find you, but you have a better chance than walking the halls. If you walk while the ghost is on you, it will find you and it will kill you. Very simple. So for tip number 8, this is actually one of the most vital tips that no one really explains to you in the beginning. You want to survive. Like, you want to survive as best as you can. Even if you can't find any evidence of what is going on. That actually gave me goosebumps. That actually gave me a fright, son of a bitch. If you can't find any evidence, you've put down spirit boxes, you've done everything, your sanity's running out, but you literally cannot find anything on the ghost. You can't find any traces through EMF, you can't find anything through a thermometer, you can't find infrared, you can't find the spirit book. It's still better to survive go back to the van, close the door, and get the hell out of here than dying. You will still get money, you will still get XP, but if you die, you lose everything that you brought in from the store. You get a little bit of insurance back, but you lose a lot of XP. It's better if you really don't know what's going on to get out, reset, and come back in. Tip number 9, like I briefly mentioned, insurance. If you buy a thermometer, you buy a motion sensor, you buy specific cameras, and you die, whether you brought it in from the van or not, you lose it. Use the insurance so you get about 50% of the money back from what you brought in if one of your mates survive. Linking into the previous tip, it is vital to survive. Make sure that you survive in any instance. If you really are the last person left, the ghost is on hunting mode, there's 0 time left, your sanity is below 50%, it is almost better to just get out and not try and find any more items. Last but not least, and this is probably the key to what you need to do. In a last ditch effort, if you want to aggro the ghost, use their names. If you do not need to use a ghost's name, then do not use it. Because once you aggro them, your sanity will dip very quickly and you will aggro them onto you as the player really, really, really quickly. Do not use a ghost's name if you do not have to. I cannot stress that enough. What more can I say, ladies and gentlemen? This is just a basic guide, basic tips to help you get going. As you can see, my 5 minutes are past, so at this time the ghost would have started to hunt me. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I'm your boy Rion the Sad Panda. I stream through Mondays to Sundays at twitch.tv at Rion the Sad Panda. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.